In today's tutorial, let's do the crossing pass crochet super scarf, and I'm going to show you how to make this smaller if you wish. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd as well as Yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to do the crossing pass crochet super scarf. Now I'm going to teach you how to make this smaller, but you should know that this scarf actually works in the width. So you can just go back and forth as long as you need it to go in order to get it. The super scarf is measuring 94 inches in the length, but of course if you don't want that, then you don't have to do that. Remember that the fringing that we have a tutorial for separately here on the Crochet Crowd is that is not included in the length of the scarf. This particular pattern is a little bit complicated to get started, but once you understand this pattern I think that it's not so bad. And then once you are getting started too, there's also a crochet diagram available to you. Now if you want to change the width, so say you love this so much you want to make this into an afghan, or you may want to make it much bigger, the multiples of this particular stitch are 3 plus 1. So you go 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then once you're satisfied with the length just add 1 and you'll stay back in balance with this particular pattern. So let's begin, and I'm going to go through a little bit more detail on this pattern and let's get started from that point. So today's pattern requires you to do a 9mm size M. I don't have that in stock. I'm gonna use an L size 8. Remember to watch for your gauge on this. It's gonna require 4 balls only of the Bernat Softy Chunky, and of course if you want to change the sizing of anything it's gonna require more or less of these balls. So it's not a bad pattern to be able to work with, but I'm gonna show you an example of what I did just to make sure that I understood the pattern, just to show you what it looks like here. And you'll see that it has a lot of three-dimensional texture to it, and it's a really kind of a neat pattern. Both sides kind of look different from each other. So this is one of those ones where it could have a good side or a bad side depending on your attitude when it comes to this particular project. I love the ridging. I love the three-dimensional technique to it, and I think that's a winner in my situation. So without further ado, I'm gonna get you started. Please don't give up on this stitch. It's actually really a nice stitch. I think where you're gonna get frustrated is right in this beginning chain here, but once you get this started it's easier then to follow from that point forward, and then it's just a matter of doing this easily. So just pay attention, just watch where the stitches are gonna go, look at the diagram key, and if that helps you then great. Let's begin and start. So let's begin with a slip knot. Remember that never counts as one. So you could either do 22 that it's asking for in the pattern, or you can just do multiples of 3 and then add 1 at the end. So I'm gonna do a smaller sample. So 1 2 3 and 1 2 3, and you can go to the length that you want as long as you keep it in multiples of 3. So 1 2 3 and 1 2 3. So if you're doing a bedspread or anything, just lay it down on a bed and determine if it's big enough for you, and then once you're satisfied just add 1 at the very end to keep it in balance. Let's begin row number 1. So let's begin row number 1. Now this is where it's most confusing on the pattern. It says skip the first 3 chains, which counts as a double crochet. Then it says CR2DC, that's crossover 2 double crochet. So what's happening here is that even though it's telling you to skip 3 right here, that's not where the first stitch is gonna be. Okay, so we have to then concentrate. So we have to look at what the CR2DC means. So crossover 2 double crochet, and it says skip the next 2 chains or stitches and then 1 double crochet and then chain 1 and then worked on the one first that was skipped. So I know that's kind of confusing, but just watch. So instead of having to worry about all of that, what I would recommend is that you skip over 5 chains. So 1 2 3 4 5 and go to the 6th chain. Okay, and just wrap the hook and double crochet into the 6th chain. It makes sense why the designer has written it that way. It's just for you on a personal level it may not make a lot of sense, but it will in just a moment. So then you're gonna chain 1 and you're gonna move back then 2 stitches that you skipped. So 1 and 2, and just leaning it forward I want you to get to the second one that you skipped. So 1 and 2, okay, and I want you to double crochet into that one. You have to get it from the back side of that in order to access that. And now these 2 just crossed over just like you see. Isn't that easy? So what I want you to do then is that I want you to skip the next 3 stitches. So just coming back here, so 1 2 3, okay, so go 1 2 3 and double crochet into that one. Don't forget to chain 1, and I want you to go back and skip 1 and go to the second over, but it's actually directly beside this one here. Okay, so it's the next one over here. Again, leaning it forward, yarning over and getting from the other side, from the back side. in the starting chain, this is kind of really tough to do. I'm not going to deny that to you, but if you can get past this row, it does get easier. So then you just have now a crossover. So again, you're going to continue to do that all the way across. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you go to the third one over, double crochet, chain 1, and then come back and go to the second one back. So it's the one directly next after this one here. Okay, so just lean it forward and get it. This is what's creating that texture in this particular example, and this is why it looks so good. So once you get all the way, so you just continue to do that all the way across, and then in the very final you have one chain left over because you're keeping it in multiples. You just want to double crochet just like that. So that would be how you would get across in a row. So you have a double crochet, which is this chain 3 that they stayed in the pattern. You have your crisscrosses going across, and then the final is a double crochet, and that is row number 1. Let me show you how to do row number 2, and now it starts to get simpler just for handling purposes. So let's turn our work and go for row number 2. Row number 2 is identical. Every other row is row number 2 in this particular pattern. So you're gonna chain up 1, and you're going to single crochet in each double crochet as you come along. Okay, so here's the crossing. Do you see it coming over? So there's one there. But remember that we had chain 1 spaces that separate these as they cross over. So go right into a space and single crochet. That helps separate them to keep them visually interesting. Here's another one right here. It's a double crochet. So you have 2 double crochets in a row, and then right where they cross over, just like you see here, this is a chain 1. You're just gonna single crochet right into the space itself, and this will help keep it open and keep the look of the texture. So you're gonna do that all the way across. Just go into your chain 1 spaces and double crochets, and don't forget you have to go into the turning chain as your final, because that's including into the pattern there, and that's what it will look like. So let's turn it around, see what it looks like. So it's just a single crochet in each double crochet and chain 1 space. So row number 3 is the repeat pattern. So 2 is every other one. Row number 3 is every other one after that. So it goes basically 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3 until you get to the end. So remember what I showed you in the example is that we had what appears to be a lift, okay, of a line, and that's because we're working on back loops in these. So we're gonna be working on the back loops when it comes to row number 3 going forward. So let's begin. We're gonna chain up 3. So 1, 2, and 3. No big deal. And then we're gonna start doing the crisscrossing once again. So skip over and go to the third one, but this time go into a back loop only, and if you're new to crochet, each one of these stitches is 2 strands. Okay, so the first strand toward me is the front loop, and the other one is the back loop. So if you go into one or the other, it creates a kind of a really neat look. So you skip over, go to the third one, back loop only, and you're going to double crochet. See, it's easier to access now that you got more to hold on to. Chain 1, and then you're gonna skip back. So go back 1 and 2. Okay, so go back to the second, yarn over, lean it forward, and get to the back loop of that one. Okay, and pull through and just do a normal double crochet. Do you see that? So now let's continue. So you skip over 3, so 1, 2, and go to the third, double crochet, the back loop only, don't forget, chain up 1, and then skip back and go back to the second one. Okay, it's the one directly after where this one is coming in. So yarning over and just go into the back loop only. Seems kind of cumbersome at first, but you will get used to it. I know I did. So then skip over, go to the third, back loop only, chain 1. Don't forget to do that chain 1. Okay, skip back to the second one, just flip it forward for you so you can see it, and then get it done. So once you get to the very end, the very last stitch is just a double crochet like that. You see that? Isn't that neat? So now you have your raised lip. So let's turn our work and let's review again. So number 2, if you remember, is chaining up 2, and then it's just 1 single crochet in each double crochet that goes across, and where there's a chain 1 space, which is next, right where they split, that's gonna be right into that space, and then continuing along. Okay, so no big deal, just moving your way across. So I kind of like this particular pattern is that one row I kind of have to think, and the other row I don't really have to think too much. Sometimes TV gets too good. You don't want to be thinking, you want to be watching TV, or at least listening. Okay, and you just single crochet yourself all the way back. That was row number 2. So let's turn our work and just repeat exactly what we already know. So this is number 3 again. So we're gonna chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, skip to the third one. So 1, 2, 3, back loop only. You're gonna double crochet, chain 1, okay, skip 2 back, so 1 and 2, access it from the behind and back loop only, don't forget, and then continue to move forward. So 1, 2, 3, see there's those multiples of 3 working for you. Chain 1 and then just go back 1, 2. Now I'm visually saying that out loud to myself in my mind. For my brain has actually got this pattern in place. So 1, 2, 3, okay, chain 1, go back to the second one, okay, and once you get to all the way to the end, it's just a double crochet right into the end like that. So that would be how you do this particular stitch, and you can see it stayed in balance. I had 3 crisscrosses. I still continue to have 3 crisscrosses all the way, and this is how you would do this pattern. So this is the crossing pass crochet super scarf. You can make it as wide as you want to, as long as you want to. When you're satisfied with the length, just stop, and then you can add your fringe, which we have a separate video for that available here on YouTube. Till next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd as well as Yarnspirations.com. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you again real soon. Bye bye.